Since Easter is in a couple days, I decided I was going to scourge on YouTube and see if I can find any Easter videos for us to react to today. I found two that I think will work out, and they're both made by Dave Hacks. Shout out to him. His channel plus these two videos right here will be linked down below, in the order that we are viewing them in. And all right, don't forget to like and subscribe. This one is Surprise Easter Egg. Kids will love it. I think this one's actually a compilation of different eggs he has made over the years. Okay. Let's get into it. Shout out to Dave Hacks for making this video. Alright.
Today I've put together a compilation of my amazing surprise chocolate Easter eggs.
That looks pretty good.
I'm going to start by showing you how I made this one, completely full of M&Ms. I started by buying an M&M's Easter egg, and when I opened it, I found the chocolate egg and 3 small bags of M&Ms with it.
The M&Ms are on the outside.
The foil, it felt completely hollow.
That's a rip-off.
I wanted it full of M&Ms for a surprise. The 2 halves of the egg are stuck together. You can
then again, it will probably make it really heavy.
I took a sharp knife and carefully made a series of holes around the base of the egg to weaken it. So
that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
A nice, neat hole. When I tried to prise it open, only the end snapped off, but it is a big enough hole for the M&Ms to go through.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure any size M&M would probably able to fit through that, so yeah.
Repair it easily enough later. To hold the egg while I'm filling it up, I'm standing it up in a glass ramekin, and I don't think these 3 packets of M&Ms will be enough to fill it.
Definitely not, definitely not.
Then I went ahead and started filling it up. Just pour them straight through the hole.
I don't think you have to use M&Ms. I think you can use whatever.
You can, of course, use whatever sweets you like.
Like he just said.
I filled it right to the top.
Ooh.
I was able to get all these packets inside the egg. To reattach the piece I snapped off, I used a lighter.
Careful with lighters, kids. Come on. Full disclaimer, don't use anything like lighters or knives or anything like that unless your parents are around to monitor you. Find it ridiculous, I have to say that.
Then put it back in place. I used a knife to smooth it out a bit, and some additional chocolate to add to the gaps too. I'm also
it doesn't look as pretty as it did before.
To make sure it's nice and strong. It doesn't look as tidy as it did originally, but this is the base of the egg, so it's
so I'm sure nobody will care.
Next, I wrapped it back up in the foil that it came in, and I'm putting it back into the packaging. This egg now contains 522 grams of M&Ms.
That's gonna be heavy.
But I'm also adding in 2 more large
packets,
which weigh 250 grams each. So we now have over 1 kilogram of M&Ms, instead of the 135 grams that it came with originally. I sealed it back up with tape, and it's ready for you to give to someone on Easter Day.
They are going to be happy.
They'll notice it really is heavy. It's not just the big bags of M&Ms, the egg itself weighs a lot too. I opened this one up with a spoon to crack the top.
That is a big spoon.
It's completely full of M&Ms. Pretty cool, huh? Your kids will love it.
It's funny because that's like the title of the video.
Between the peanut M&Ms and the regular ones. And the spread of colour looks amazing.
It looks great.
And if you're enjoying this video, you might want to consider subscribing.
Yeah, subscribe to Dave Hacks for making these really great videos.
For the next one, I did something similar, but I also inserted a toy car.
It's probably not a good idea.
With a smaller egg, and I found it was separated into 2 halves.
Lucky.
If yours isn't, you can carefully break it in half along the seam line.
You have to be very, very careful to do that.
But you can, of course, use whatever your loved one likes. And fill up 1/2 of the egg.
Pretty sure everyone in my family loves M&Ms.
If you want to add a toy, make sure it's nice and clean, and you could even wrap it in foil.
Good idea, but the toy, like, make sure it's a good sized one, because, like, if it's too small, a small child could potentially choke on it.
More around and on top.
This is why they have the keep out of reach of children signs.
To fuse the 2 halves together, I used my lighter again. This time, I'm gently warming up the edge of the egg all the way around, like this. Just enough for it to start to melt.
Just a little bit. You don't want to melt it too much.
Gave it a gentle squeeze, and used my finger to smooth out the melted chocolate along the seam. Leave it to set. And there's our finished egg. If
nice.
You like, you can just wrap up the egg.
I'd imagine this one probably has some good weight to it also. Like, I mean, I'd imagine that. I mean, it's probably not going to be that heavy, as heavy as the other one, but It'd probably have a good amount of weight to it as well.
Place it in the packaging, and when they open it, they'll have a real surprise. But alternatively, if you like, you could decorate it and display it like this.
That
To do
is
this,
that
I
is
melted
beautiful.
some white chocolate in a bain-marie, then left it to cool while I did exactly the same with some dark chocolate.
You don't want it to cool too much, otherwise
Once the white
it'll get
chocolate
hardened
had
and
cooled
you won't be
down
able
so that it
to.
was still runny, but not too hot.
See what I
I
mean?
used a fork to drizzle it over the egg. This
I'm
part
getting
is
into
really
camera
fun,
position.
and it looks great. Once it's cooled down,
It looks
and
amazing.
set, do the same on the other side.
Ah, good idea. You don't want to touch it while it's
And
still
once
hot.
it's all completely
Wait,
set,
how is it not melting through the egg? I mean, then again, he did leave it to cool, but I mean, realistically, the melted chocolate doesn't. If it's still runny, it would still, melt through the egg. You guys know what I mean?
it'll look something like this. Next, I'm making a stand using the dark chocolate. I spooned it onto the baking paper, and you can see it's.
I love
close
dark
to setting
chocolate.
already.
Comment down below what your favorite
Then
type of
I set
chocolate
the egg
is.
on top,
For me,
and
it's
I decorated it with a few
dark
mini
chocolate,
eggs.
white chocolate, milk
Once
chocolate.
it's set, peel it off the baking paper and place it on a plate. I added a load more mini eggs, and there's our display finished. It
Ooh.
looks great.
That looks amazing.
Certainly a bit different to the standard egg in the box. To open it, I tried breaking in with a spoon.
He brings out the big
and
spoon
then
again.
This happened. Oops. But there's our.
I am so sorry. I did not mean to laugh at that, guys, but you gotta admit, that was pretty funny. Okay.
Lovely Easter egg, full of bright coloured sweets and a toy. It makes a really good surprise.
It really would.
For the next one, I'm using a
If somebody gave me that on Easter, I wouldn't be complaining.
Filling and mixed it up in a mixer, following the instructions.
What's this? What do you need cheesecake
This
batter
is
for?
going to be our creamy egg white.
Ah, okay, that
To make
makes
the
sense.
Yolk, I'm taking a nice fresh mango. And
Why are you
removing the
carving
fruit
out
from
the
skin with a
middle?
drinking glass.
Oh wait, the seed. I
sliced
forgot.
them up,
Didn't think of
put them
that.
into a blending
Sorry,
bowl,
guys.
added a couple of drops of water, and gave it a blend. Next, I put a couple of large spoonfuls of lemon curd into a bowl,
Lemon what?
poured in some of the mango puree, and mixed it all together to make this beautiful, sweet, fruity egg yolk.
That actually doesn't look that bad.
Once
Actually.
that was done, I gently warmed up a knife blade and used it to carefully cut the top off a chocolate egg. I cut mine off in a zigzag effect. Tidy up the edges a little. Then place it in
That
a
looks
ramekin as an
amazing.
egg cup, and it's ready to fill up with the egg white that we made earlier.
Or I think you could just use ice cream and just stick it in the refrigerator
And
or the
yolk
freezer,
too.
so it doesn't melt.
Place
That
the lid
could
back
be
on
pretty
top.
cool too.
And we've got this really cool, large chocolate cream egg. You can eat the filling
Ooh.
out with a spoon, share it with your family, and break off pieces of the shell to dip inside.
It's like whenever you go to like
Scoop up
those
the cream.
Mexican restaurants and they have like the little chips and dip. You guys know what I mean? Yeah, like El Cazador or Los Compadres.
If you like, you can cover over the yolk with more egg white, and even just cut it in half with a knife.
I feel like that would get messy really
It's pretty
quickly.
indulgent, but it tastes really good. For this one, I carefully made a hole in the side of an egg, then snapped off pieces to make an opening, a bit like a window into the egg. Then I melted some milk chocolate in a bain-marie again to make a
Nice.
stand for the egg,
So,
and I left it propped up against the bowl.
so
while
are
it
you like
set.
making some sort of like
We're
display
going to make
thing?
a Lego-style figure using this silicone mould to place inside the egg. I used marzipan
Wait.
and different
You used what?
to place inside the egg. I used marzipan
Can somebody explain to me what, can somebody explain to me in the comments what this stuff is? Tamazipain or whatever that is?
and different
I'm legitimately
food
curious.
colourings to fill the mould. And I made this really cool figure.
That looks amazing.
I stood it inside the egg, poured in some Smarties.
Little fact for you guys. Smarties in America are actually little chalk discs. Hold on one second. Alright, so I went to go see if I have any, and unfortunately I don't. But I did look up a photo. I'm going to show it to the camera real quick. Yeah, okay. But in that's what they look like in America, but in where this dude's from, in England, I think, they're actually like little chocolate discs. Kind of like M&M's.
And I'm also using some of the melted chocolate to stick Smarties around the window.
Ooh.
Once I'd finished, it looks like this.
That looks so good, though.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Hold on, is that thing that he made with the Lego figure mold, is that edible? I'm asking for a friend.
But if you want the figure to stand a little higher so you can see it better, you can make a little pedestal of melted chocolate.
I feel like that'd be very difficult to do because, like, the small little window.
Even draw on a face.
Oh, that's so
I hope
cool.
you enjoyed watching this video.
I really did enjoy watching this video. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Next one that we're going to be reacting to is this Easter is going to be amazing. Also made by Dave Hacks. This video will also be linked down below. On the screen, it looks like there's a photo of the chocolate milk bottle he made that one time. Let's get into it.
I made this amazing chocolate milk bottle full of candy. I'll show you how, but first I want to show you how I made this chocolate Coca-Cola bottle.
Should we start doing experiments like this? You know, like back in, I think, 2017, I think? No, it was 2016. But should we start doing experiments like that? I feel like it'd be pretty cool.
I started with a regular bottle of Coke, which I emptied into a glass, then washed it out.
I prefer
so
Pepsi
nice
over
and
Coke,
thin.
though.
You need to make
But I'm sure we
it's
can all agree
perfectly
Dr.
dry
Pepper
inside,
tops off.
And carefully remove the label. Keep it to one side because we'll be using
My
this
favorite
later.
overall is
Next,
Monster
we need to
Energy,
melt
though.
some chocolate, so I heated some water up in a pan and placed in a bowl as a bain-marie. I'm using a good quality dark cooking chocolate for this, which I unwrapped, snapped it all into pieces, then place it into the bowl. As it's
Ooh,
melting,
dark
make sure
chocolate.
you stir it regularly, and when there's no lumps left, carefully remove it from the pan, place a funnel into the bottle, and carefully pour in the chocolate. Then we need to slowly tilt and rotate the bottle.
Hold on. Bad pun alert. I really like this video a chocolate. I'm sorry.
Completely coat the inside. We need to go right up to the bottle neck and make sure the entire inside is covered. Then lie it on its side so it can start to set, but as it cools and starts setting, we need to regularly rotate the bottle to make sure the chocolate layer is nice and even all
Smart.
the way around. So that it's strong, it needs to be a good thick layer, so if you need to, do add some more chocolate. And while it's setting, I'm going to show you this really cool trick I did with an Easter
Hold on.
egg.
We've actually already seen this one in the last one, so I'm just gonna see if I can just skip past that. Give it a second. Alright.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Be a real surprise.
His iconic saying of, pretty cool, huh?
It's the same process as the Coke bottle. Once you've emptied it, wash it out with water, leave it to dry, and carefully remove the label. Now for this one, of course, instead of using dark chocolate, we need to use
white chocolate.
Again,
Although, I feel like you can use milk chocolate for it because of the fact that some chocolate variants are, like, there's white chocolate, dark chocolate, no, wait, there's chocolate milk, white milk, vanilla milk, which I used to get in school, which was very good, by the way, very good. And then there's strawberry milk, which was my least favorite. Yeah, just throwing that out there.
And melted it in a bain-marie, and because of the size of the milk bottle, we're going to need a lot of chocolate, so I actually added a few more slabs. It took quite a while, but I ended up with this huge bowl of melted white chocolate, and wow, that smells amazing. Carefully remove the bowl from the pan, and slowly pour it into the bottle. Again, we're going to need a really thick layer to make sure the bottle is nice and
You're going to need a lot of
and
chocolate for
once
that,
you pour
dude.
in a load, start tilting and rotating it. We need to completely coat the inside. You have to make sure the handle is full because it needs to be strong, and slowly start...
Wait, hold on. You guys notice the way...
Look,
Look at the way how he's holding the bottle. He's like adding pressure to the inside of it. Still, guys.
You have to make sure the handle is full because it needs to be strong, and slowly start working your way right the way to the top. Once it is all covered, lie the bottle down and leave it to start setting. Again, as it's setting, we need
It just looks like a normal milk bottle.
To make sure the layer is thick and uniform all the way around. Otherwise, we just have a thick slab at the bottom, and the rest would all be quite thin. This one's setting,
that would actually suck. Not in taste, but, you know.
Set. So now I'm going to fill it up with some sweets or candy. I'm using these chocolate mini eggs, and they just about...
Are they the... I'm assuming your name is Dave. Dave, are they, the, Cadbury ones? I love the Cadbury ones. Comment down below what your favorite Easter candy is.
This is going to be perfect for Easter. And I'm
Me, anything Cadbury.
Next, we need to remove the plastic bottle. Now, this bit can be a bit tricky. I'm taking a sharp knife and carefully start cutting through the plastic to remove it from the chocolate. Do go very slowly and try not to leave any scratch marks on the chocolate. Once I got it started, I found I could slowly rip the bottle off. I managed to get the top off.
You have to be very careful with this.
On the bottom half.
Imagine how finicky it has to be.
To the very bottom, here, then one more little cut, and I got the whole thing off. Wow, check that out. And once it's all off, you can tidy up any blemishes with some kitchen paper. Good. And next, the finishing touches. Reattach the label.
Comment down below if there's anything, like how he said you can polish it up with the paper. Comment down below if there's anything like that for facial acne and stuff like that. Because, as you can see, I have quite a bit. So, if you guys can let me know in the comments, that'd be great.
We took off earlier and place on the lid. That's our chocolate Coke bottle complete. Pretty cool, huh? You can take the lid off and try to tip out whatever's inside.
And I feel like that'd be difficult.
And break away at the chocolate. Imagine getting this instead of an Easter egg.
Ooh.
How cool would that be?
Okay, guys, like before, don't use knives unless your parents are there to monitor you. Still find it ridiculous, I have to say that.
2016, when I passed the 2 million subscribers.
He said 2016.
I made this chocolate cake to celebrate. There wasn't
How many subs is he actually at? 7.2 million. Holy crap. And this was just 11 months ago, so...
Chocolate and M&M's.
Yeah.
And to make it, I used one of these non-stick cake tins, which has a removable base, like this. I melted down a big load of chocolate again, and poured it straight into the tin.
What brand of chocolate is this dude using?
And rotated it to make
Not that it matters.
Completely coated the inside. Then sit it down so it starts to set. I kept the bowl of chocolate warm in the hot water so that we can add some more later if we need to. As it was
That's a good idea.
I kept making it thicker and thicker, and then in the end I found it easiest to spread it around with a spoon. I think
looks kind of rough,
that's
dude.
a nice thick layer. I left it to set, then took a nice sharp knife to cut around the rim. We want to make sure the chocolate is nice and flat so it can sit on the plate without wobbling. As I'm cutting it, it does still feel a little bit soft, so I'm going to leave it a little bit longer to set. But you can really see just how thick the layer of
that looks really, really good. It looks like an actual cake.
You can go ahead and remove the tin. I lifted off the sides and peeled off the bottom, and there we have our chocolate bowl. And I'm filling it with different types of...
I like the way how he said that. There we have our chocolate bowl. Can we hear that again?
Peeled off the bottom, and there we have our chocolate bowl.
I'm sorry.
I'm filling it with different types of M&Ms. The colours just work so well together. But you could, of course, fill it with whatever you like. I filled it right up to the top, but now we've got to somehow turn it
Hold on.
over. So
I have something to say, guys. Imagine doing this, but instead of filling it with candy, filling it with solid chocolate. Like, not making just, like, the bowl shape, but, like, filling the entire thing with chocolate. That would either be really good or really bad, because of the fact that, like, you know, it'd be difficult to cut.
So I took a plate, sit it upside down on top, and carefully flip the whole thing upside down so it sits on the plate like this. Whatever you do, don't lift it up. Then to cover it, I used this homemade icing. It's super easy.
I don't think we have stuff like that in America. The homemade icing, the stuff that, like... Do we? Comment down below if we do.
Rolled out, so we just got to lay it over the top. Huh, now it's starting to look like a cake. I used a knife to cut off the excess, and I added a bead around the bottom to help it stick to the plate.
Ooh,
then
that looks good. It actually looks like a real cake.
I made my own YouTube play button and added icing and numbers. It was a great way to
That is
celebrate
smart.
2 million.
Imagine if he also made the numbers out of chocolate. Imagine how cool that would be.
Subscribers. And now we're fast on the way to 7 million subscribers. So thank you all so much for your support. You've been absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate it. And now, back to the chocolate milk bottle.
Ooh.
So, once it's set, it'll look like this. Wow, that's pretty heavy as well. The next stage, of course, is to remove the plastic. So take a sharp knife and
especially with that handle, removing the plastic is removing the plastic is gonna be a very, very tricky task. Imagine, you'd have to be extremely careful for that.
very carefully. I started at where the label's going to be, so if we make any scratches by mistake, we can cover them up. Once I got it started,
Smart move.
I found I could carefully peel it off with my hands, and that's the whole bottom section off. The top piece did go okay, but you do need to be especially careful around the handle. This is the most fragile.
I literally just said that.
You really don't want it to snap, and also around the bottleneck. Once we've got all the plastic off, you should be able to just.
Okay, there's
slide the
some
label back
slight.
over and screw
There's some slight imperfections on the top, but aside from that, it looks great.
on the lid. It looks great, and most people would think that's just an ordinary bottle of milk. But of course,
Yeah,
I like to go
just
that
an
one
ordinary
step further,
bottle.
and
There's
for
nothing to be
this
sus
time,
about.
Instead of just M&Ms, I'm actually adding a mixture of different things. And because the bottle neck is a lot wider on this one, it's really easy to fill up. Again, I filled it right up to the top before replacing the cap. And that's our finished chocolate milk bottle surprise.
Guys, I feel like this looks really, really good. I feel like I'm gaining weight just by looking at this. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. Forget I said that, guys.
Cool, huh? If you want to, you can open up the lid and pour out the contents. But I wanted to lay it down on its side and break it open to spill out the sweets.
Oh,
So I'm
he's bringing out a hammer. Imagine if he used that on the Coke bottle. That would be awesome.
using this little hammer. And wow, it's really thick. It's
That is a
really
very
thick.
thick shell.
Well, there we go. I tidied it up a bit.
Imagine taking a photo of that and like putting it on
It was great
Facebook or
fun to make.
Instagram or
Now, I
something.
really love these chocolate cream eggs, which is why I tried cooking with them and testing them with kitchen gadgets. You can see just how I got on by clicking on
think-
this video.
Yeah, I think that video is right down here, actually. If you want us to react to that another time, let us know. That was both Your Kids Will Love It, Surprise Easter Egg, and This Easter Will Be Amazing. Both videos we linked down below in order of us watching them. If you guys won't have any more video suggestions or videos you want us to react to, you can always leave them in our Discord server, which is always linked down below. Hope you guys have a very happy Easter, and on that note, this is Miner signing off for now. Alright, peace out everyone.